Dajjal, that I know where he is, where he's going to exit. Descending and the coming of the hour is like these two fingers. 10 major signs of the day of judgment. The prelude to that is Al-Mahdi. So those 10 signs that we find mentioned is the Antichrist, the descending of the coming down of Isa alayhi salam, Ya'juj and Ma'juj. Then we find 3 signs of sinking of the earth that will take place in the east and the west and inside the Arabian Peninsula. Ad-Dukhan, the smoke that will come, as we mentioned inside Surah Ad-Dukhan. The rising of the sun from the west. Ad-Daba, the beast that will come out and speak to people, is mentioned at Surah An-Naml. And the fire that will gather the people. And the Prophet ﷺ, he mentioned that there's going to be, towards the end of time, approximately 30 Dajjalun, 30 false liars before the coming of the day of judgment. Some people believe the system that we live around at the moment, or the new world order, that's what a Dajjal is. Oh, Dajjal in the beginning times of modern technology, people said the TV is Dajjal, then the video was Dajjal, then the satellite system is a Dajjal. These are all things which have been documented that people thought. Also, we find some people believe currency. If you look at a $1 bill, you find the one eye on top of the pyramid, whatever. So in today's language, we find the matrix. Those who haven't broken free from the matrix and to be with top G, whatever it may be at the moment. Some people think that we have to break the matrix. All these are just thoughts and ideas that people believe in. But in the hadith, it mentioned that Dajjal, he is a man, a human being. When the ulama say ad-Dajjal with the lam ta'rif, with a definite article, then it means the one Dajjal that will come at the end. It's totally clear and recognizable who ad-Dajjal is. So you don't need a great deep study to understand who ad-Dajjal is. A basic Muslim will be able to recognize who ad-Dajjal is and be able to recognize that this individual who's trying to claim to be an ilah, to be a god, to be a deity, cannot be Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, because all the defects all shows that this individual has no right to claim any form of being a deity in any right or any manner. We find the Prophet ﷺ mentioned, I'm going to warn you about this individual, and there has not been any prophet that came before except he warned his people about this individual. But I'm going to give you some information that no other prophet ever spoke about this information about ad-Dajjal. Indeed, he is blind, defect, or he's one-eyed. And your Lord is not one-eyed. There's been no greater creation or trial or tribulation since the beginning of Adam until the end of time will be ad-Dajjal. His right eye will be protruding like a grape, will be like popping out, will be his right eye, and his left eye will have a skin covering over it. Other ulama mentioned that in the Muslim Imam Ahmad that he has a wide forehead, a broad upper chest, a hunchbacked individual, defective legs as well. And be written on the front of his forehead will be the word kafir, or in other narration mentioned the harf kaf, fa, ra, will be imprinted on his forehead. Every Muslim is going to be able to read this. Likewise, he's going to have twisted cropped hair. He's going to be barren. He's not going to have any children. Also, is Dajjal living at this moment in time? And we're going to speak about the hadith of Tamim ad-Dari, that he is actually living at this time. Tamim ad-Dari was a Christian individual who entered Islam in the 9th year of the Islamic calendar inside Medina. Fatima bint Qais mentions that the communal prayer was announced. So we came out and we offered the prayer behind the Prophet ﷺ. And he said to everybody, remain behind. Indeed, I want to tell you something. So he mentioned that Tamim ad-Dari said that we were on an expedition on a boat and we were tossed around by the storm and the wind in the ocean for some 30 days. Till eventually we saw an island at a distance. And so we took a small boat, and some of us, we embarked that small boat like a canoe or a small raft, and we took that boat and we came to the island. When we landed upon the island, we saw like a beast, jassasa, this beast, la na'rif qublahu min dubruhu, we don't know his front from his back. So this talking beast, and he's there in front of us, and obviously we were frightened at seeing this individual on this island. And he said that indeed there's someone who's waiting. We thought it was a devil, we got scared. He said indeed there's somebody who's waiting who wants to meet you inside this monastery, inside this cave. So we entered inside this area, and there was a well-built individual who was there. And we find that his neck was tied, and there were shackles placed around his neck and gripping his legs and his ankles. So this individual then asked him certain questions. He asked him about the date palm trees of Baysan, the lake of Tabariya. He asked him about the spring of Zukhar. So he asked all these questions about all these different locations. Then he asked them, has the unlettered prophet, has he come out? And they said, yes, he has exited. And he asked, is there victory for him or victory for him? The days for them, days for him. And he said that shortly it will be given permission for me to be released, to leave. Indeed, inni ana al-Masih.
Subscribe to my channel.